following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the Adventure in Puntland on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Hype Man on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Hype Man.
Yo! It's the Adventures of Pipe Man. We're in the new studios, the new digs, and we're testing out the internet. We're testing out my show. We're testing out doing interviews, and we decided to go live because we're going to do a live show tomorrow, Wednesday, 1 p.m., September 3rd, the Adventures of Pipe Man right here on W4CY Radio. And I have co-hosts with me today, but not all. But I'm calling out Rebel Meddler right now to see if she pays attention to anywhere that the shows are broadcast, because I'm calling her out right now to let her know that we have a live show tomorrow. But we do have our resident studio expert, Studio Nut. So come on the show. And, you know, you're in the other room, in the other studio in here, but I could hear, even with my earbuds in, I could hear it playing on your speaker or whatever. So
it's only when I mute the microphone.
It's only when you mute it?
Yeah. If I have the microphone unmuted, then it only comes through my headphones.
Why does it come through the computer when it's muted?
So I can listen to things without my headphones.
Oh,
I have that setting. It's an automatic thing.
Oh, okay, I got it. So yeah, when we do my show, my door's open right now, your door's open. We should probably keep it closed, but I don't know how that'll affect the internet. So can you do me a favor right now and go up and close both doors, since we're testing the internet here, and see what happens?
I will be right back.
All right. So listen, we got cool new digs. We're setting up the new studios. Expansion again here at Talk 4 Media, home of W4CY Radio, W4WN Radio, W4HC Radio, W4CS Radio, and K4HD Radio, Talk 4 Podcasting, Talk 4 Radio, and Talk 4 TV. And some other shit too. Who knows? But this is just a bullshit show. I'm just making this up. We were going to test it. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do a live show and test it that way. We're only going to be on for like 10, 15 minutes to test this out. But and he's back. And the doors are closed now. Look at that. Okay.
Like
and
magic.
then I got to check something because I'm reading the notes up here. I want to see, like, this is on my profile right now. And I want to see if it is on friends only, because it says that's the automatic thing. That's friends only. But I don't know. Let me see. It says, I have no way of telling here. Yeah, I do. I'm just bullshitting because this is the bullshit show. It does say public. So see, my Facebook book is automatically on public. So whatever this note is, it was full of shit because this is the bullshit show. Okay. And, so how do you feel how you look on the screen there? Because you're in a different dig too, you know. So you and your camera. Do you think your camera makes a difference, or do you think you should have a different camera than the one you have now?
I mean, having a higher quality camera always helps. Something that I can custom the way that it sees light.
Yeah, because you
this
look
one's
lighter
all
here.
automatic. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. The one I'm using, I'm going to let you test, not right now. We'll test it tomorrow during the show. Okay. You can use this one, and I have another one that's brand new. That's the same exact one. And this is the top webcam. So we'll see if there's a difference and if there should be a difference. But meanwhile, okay. So how compared to stuff in the pipe cave where I was having a nightmare with the internet, how is this comparing to you now, right, Juan?
It actually looks better.
Okay, so everything's better. Look
Yeah.
who it is. It's Richard Osborne. He doesn't even realize this is a bullshit show. We're just testing. But that's Richard Osborne over there on the other side of the pond, because people on the other side of the pond are cooler than here. Just saying. I don't know how that happened. It wasn't always that way. It wasn't always that way. But it is now. Like every time I go over there, if it weren't for the weather, man, I'm like, this is the greatest place, man. The people are great. Of course, it's like anywhere. If you live there, probably the people that live there are like, it's not really that great. Okay. You know, they have the same bullshit problems we have. Just like every country in the world has the same bullshit problems. We need to get rid of the bullshit problems, is what we need to do. Okay. So, anyway, we will do a live show tomorrow, a real show. I got interviews we're doing later, so stay tuned for those. We were, setting up this new studio this weekend, so we took a pause on the Pipe Man radio tour. Plus, the Pipe Man was a little under the weather, so the Pipe Man decided, you know what? It's best to take a break, because guess what I have coming up next week? Wait, not that one. That's the following week. Bourbon and Beyond. I was about to say Louder Than Life. They're at the same venue, in the same town, in the same state, in the same country, and it's 2 weeks in a row, and like two different vibes. Okay, anybody that knows the Pipe Man knows I have multiple facets of my personality and multiple vibes. So I'm going with my Deadhead vibe to Bourbon and Beyond, because Fish is headlining, and a bunch of my Deadhead college friends are going to be there. And then my Metalhead vibe the following week at Louder Than Life that I'm super excited about, because, oh my God, Slayer was going to headline last year. We had some stupid bullshit tornado, hurricane bullshit, and they couldn't play. They tried to let them play. They tried and tried, and we waited and waited, almost got blown away into Kansas, but it didn't happen. So it's happening this year, not next week, but the following week. So if you want to find the Pipe Man, you're going to have to look for him in Louisville, Kentucky. And there's no other reason Pipe Man belongs in Louisville, Kentucky than Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. Okay, so let's put that one up on the screen there. Here it is. Haha, thanks, man. Is it proper test without at least a viewer? Well, you're absolutely correct. It made a perfect test, so you are of great help. Richard Osborne is the long lost distant cousin to Ozzy. Not really, but it sounds good. Actually, Richard is Ozzy reincarnated. That's we have now dubbed you, Richard, as Ozzy reincarnated. R.I.P. Ozzy. We're bringing you back. You may not be as cool as bringing you back, but you're back. Not really, because this is a bullshit show. This isn't 50 Shades of Bullshit, though. That's a different show. When is that show on?
I believe it's on Thursdays.
Okay, so Thursdays. What time? Like, just are people supposed to listen to a radio station all day long on Thursday?
If it hasn't changed, it should be on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, because that's on K4HD Radio, our sister station. That's the cooler station. Pipe Man's not allowed on that station. Just kidding. My show's on there. I'm not allowed on the women's station, W4WN Radio. Okay,
I think you were banned from that station, right?
I a couple times. I keep sneaking back on, but I keep getting banned. it's pretty terrible when you get banned from your own network. Okay, but I guess that's what it feels like to be on. What's his name? Musk. Okay,
Elon.
so what you got to say, Juan? How does everything look, sound? Is it like perfect?
Well, I wouldn't say perfect. I mean, you could definitely use a better looking co-host, but I
Well,
think it looks good. I think it sounds good.
we'll see if Rebel is that better looking co-host if she pays attention to this.
We'll leave that up to the audience to decide.
We listen, there maybe we could okay, so we might have some ticket giveaways and maybe we'll do a contest of whoever is the best whoever votes is there to win votes the best looking co-hosts. You know, I think it's probably going to be whoever's the one that uses a filter though, to be honest.
I will search for a filter.
In fact, you should search for a filter for me to look like Ozzy so I can show up as Ozzy reincarnated as Pipe Man. Ah, that would be funny. But here's something funny, okay? I've been getting lately, and I didn't even, I did my hair, but I didn't brush out the shit, so it's like stuck to my head now. No, it's gelled, but usually I'll brush it out so the blonde will show. But now it's just the fucking gray showing because I'm letting it go till right before I leave for Bourbon and Beyond, and then I'm getting my hair done. I already made the appointment with Bella Belliage. I'm going to get some bellyage, whatever that means. I don't know if that's like a. I'm going to have to ask her if it's like a cut and tug. Instead of a rub and tug, it's a cut and tug. I don't really want to go to a cut and tug. I don't want my shit cut off. But tugging,
there's always the if they make a mistake and do it backwards, they cut the wrong thing, tug the wrong thing.
Yeah, we don't want that happening. But anyway, what I was going to say, I don't even know what the fuck I was going to say. It had to do with, I don't know. I'm supposed to get my hair next week to go to this Bourbon Beyond Louder Than Life.
It was probably something bullshit because this is a bullshit show.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just bullshit. Okay. But, that's what I was going to say. So here's the ironic part about Bourbon and Beyond. I'm trying to get an interview. This would be a bucket list interview. Okay. Because I've interviewed over 3,000 music artists, but this one would be like amazing. And that's Ringo Starr, because Ringo Starr is going to be at Bourbon and Beyond with his all-star band. And this year, it's the first year it's happened. I don't know if this is good news or bad news. I did have a band clarify recently that made it good and said a younger version. But I guess because of my glasses, the Ozzy glasses, and I think they said that, and maybe because of the way my hair is now and my beard, I've gotten 3 times in 2025. Has anybody told you look exactly like Ringo Starr? A younger version. And I'm like... Well, thanks for the younger version there, because I don't know how much of a compliment that would be for the older version. Okay, but
you know who you really look like?
What's that?
Have you seen John Wick 2? The guy in the beginning?
My grandkids call me John Wick. They think I look like John Wick.
No. I'm talking about the gangster boss and the beginning of John Wick 2. Oh, what's his name? He's not very famous, but
I've gotten a lot of things through my life. When I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, because I had long hair, gel back, and a ponytail, I always got Steven Seagal. And then when I decided to cut my hair was one night some woman said I looked just like Paul Mitchell. I'm like, okay, the ponytail gone. Yeah, because he's like an older version of what that was. So I'm like, yeah, it's not working now. And I've gotten, and you've seen the pictures, I think too. I've gotten Dave Grohl. I'll take that one.
His name is Abram Tarasov.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I'm a Jew. I should look like an Abraham. And And so this year I never got in my life was Ringo Starr. So how cool would that be if I take a promo photo with Ringo during the interview and I tell him during the interview, listen, I don't know what it is, but 2025, everybody thinks I'm you. I don't know. But that would be funny. And I think it is the glasses. Like I used to call them my John Lennon glasses. And then I noticed I'm like, wait, they're exactly what Ozzy wears all the time. So then I'm like, okay, now and since Ozzy passed, I've worn nothing but these. I have a bunch of sunglasses, but I've not worn in honor of the Oz. I've been wearing these, but then I get the Ringo Starr thing. So hopefully Ringo Starr is still with us and plays at Bourbon and Beyond. Just saying. So who am I supposed to fight? What was I talking about that he's saying fight them?
You were supposed to fight someone?
I don't know. No, I said something that maybe he said I should fight them. But I forget what I said because this is the bullshit show. So like, I don't even know what bullshit I'm giving. Is that who you're talking about? Is that Abraham?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, I know who that is. He plays some like in something else. He plays something like a mafia dude or something.
I think he's always mafia.
Okay, so we could call this Travel Tuesday because it is Tuesday and it is the day after Labor Day, but I'm not traveling. So it's the anti-travel Tuesday. Maybe we should do that. And I am going to do some switch ups to the show too. Some things are going to go on, but I'm not going to talk about them until tomorrow on the real live show. The Adventures of Pipe Man, W4CY Radio. Here I have our new digs, our new studios. Now we are everywhere. We were always everywhere. Now we're everywhere plus one. Kind of like that song from the 80s by Haircut 100. If you can remember the name of that song, then you might be entered in to win tickets, but I don't think you'd want to go to any festivals, right? Because that was a new wave. So, but maybe over them saying you look like Ringo. Nah, I won't fight him. It's a compliment. Ringo, believe it or not, Ringo Starr and Peter Criss are the reason I started playing drums. I played drums for 9 years, but I wanted to be like Ringo and Peter Criss. Those were my two favorite drummers until I found Dave Lombardo. And Dave Lombardo is the best drummer ever. And you know who I will fight? The Rush people that'll say he's not. Neil Peart, great drummer. One of the best ever. Lombardo's better. Sorry. But he is better than, he's better than probably Peter Criss and Ringo, but maybe not. No, Ringo is Ringo, man. Fucking Richard Starkey. I can't even talk today because it's a bullshit show. Okay. But I think it's time to end the bullshit show. Do you think we had enough of a test here of the internet and the speed and the lighting and the background and the sound and everything else that's going to be really important for the show tomorrow?
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Okay. All right. So Rebel, I'm calling you out. You need to be on the show tomorrow. The Adventures of Pipe Man, W4CY Radio, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. Also on Talk 4 TV. Also everywhere, because Pipe Man Radio is everywhere. Follow me on socials, Pipe Man Radio. Pipe Man is out. That was your cue.
That's usually not my cue.
I know I should have said roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipe Man on W4CY Radio. Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipe Man on W4CY Radio.